Hi, we are going to talk about Roman numerals in today's class. So, in this class, I will uh, teach how to write the Roman numerals correctly. Okay, so first of all, Roman numerals, there are seven major Roman numerals. These are the Roman numerals. I, V, X, L, C, D, M. Below are the value in Hindu Arabic numerals, which is given like for I it is 1, V it is 5, X it is 10, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500, and M is 1000. So we will be using these letters, these capital letters to create the Roman numerals. So let's begin with the lesson. So there are certain set of rules that Roman numerals generally follow. The rule one is Roman numerals, if repeated, has to be added. Now, what does it mean? If you are repeating certain Roman numerals, like here it is I means 1 and this I also means 1. If they are following each other, you add them to get the Hindu Arabic numerals, that's 2. Similarly, if you are writing it 3, that is I, then it will be 3. X, you can see it is 20, and if there is 3x, then it is 30. Now, here there are certain rules again. You just cannot add anything. For example, you cannot repeat I, X, C, M, N. These can be repeated. They can be repeated only 3 times. Like if X is there, you can repeat it 3 times. I can be repeated 3 times. Okay. But you cannot repeat it V, L, and D. These three letters cannot be repeated. For example, if you want to write VV, thinking that it's going to become 100, this is 50 and this is 5 and this is 5. If you add them, it should become 10. This is wrong because in Roman numerals we write our 10 as this. So it already has a symbol. Therefore, you cannot repeat V. You cannot repeat L. L is 50. So if you write L like this, thinking that if you add 50 plus 50, it will become 100, that's a wrong answer because 100 already has a symbol in C. Okay, so we cannot repeat these three letters. Next rule is a smaller numeral written to the right of a larger number is always added to the larger numeral. Now, what does it mean? Look at here, for example, this is V, this is I. This is 5 and this is 1. Now, 1 is to the right. 1 is to the right of a bigger number. So you will add them. This will become 6. Similarly, here is 7. This is V, this is I. If you add them all, it will become 7. So as long as you have got a smaller Roman numeral to the right of a bigger one, bigger Roman numeral, you will add them. Okay. This is rule number 2. Rule number 3. This is one of the most important rule. Please do remember this is one of the most important because this is where students mostly make the mistake. Here a smaller numeral written to the left of a larger numeral is always subtracted. Now what happened here is if a smaller Roman numeral is there and it is written to the left of a bigger one. You see if this is 5, this is 1. 1 is to the left of 5. Here you will not add, rather you will subtract. This is the rule. Okay, this is the rule. You can say another example, Excel, where 50 minus 10, X is 10, L is 50, you have to subtract, you get 40. And similarly XC, where C is 100, X is 10, it is to the left, X is to the left of C, so you are going to subtract. Now there are again some exceptions which you need to understand and need to remember. V, L and D are never subtracted. Okay. You can never subtract them. That's not the rule. You will not subtract them. For example, if you think you will write like this is wrong. V is 5, X is 10. So by rule you need to subtract 10 minus 5. That will give you 5. But we already have a symbol for 5. Therefore, This is wrong. I can be subtracted from V and X. You cannot subtract I from D. You cannot subtract I from C. X can be subtracted from L and C. So these are some of the rules and exceptions that you need to follow here. Now here, this is rule number 4. This is another important law or rule you have to follow. If a smaller numeral is placed between two larger numeral, okay, there are two larger numeral, let's say x, x, and in between there is a smaller numeral. You see I is here. This small numeral you will always subtract from the one which is following it. That is, you will subtract it from the 10 which is following this particular Roman numeral. Okay, so this one is going to be 19. X is here, so x plus these two are going to be subtracted. 10 minus 1, you get 19. So these are the rules which we need to follow while creating the Roman numerals. So let's practice. So here is the rule. So you see the first one is 44. Now see, if you remember, there are rules where we cannot repeat x 4 times. Let's check out. X, 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 X. I have written X 4 times here. Okay. So by rule, we should be adding it, right? We should be adding it. This will become 40. Now why this is wrong? Because we cannot repeat X more than 3 times. But here I have written X 4 times. Therefore, this is a wrong explanation of the number. Rather, what we have to do this. We have a 50 given and an X. This is 10, this is 50. Now, if you remember rule number 3, whenever a small number is to the left of a bigger number, then you subtract. So you see 50 minus 10, it will give you 40, isn't it? It will give you 40. Now here it is 44. Now we have a 40 here, X, L. Now remember how to write 4. If you write 4, now see again, you cannot write 4 like this. You cannot write 4 i's like this to make a 4, because as per the rule, you cannot repeat I more than 3 times. Therefore, you have to follow the rule of subtraction. Okay. So what we are going to do is, we are going to write I and V. That's 5 minus 1. It will give you 4. Okay. Therefore, finally, how your number will look like. Let's check out. So your number is for 40. We have to write XL. That's 40. Okay. Okay. Let me change the color. XL. This is 40 and this is 4. So you see it's 44. This is how you have to write. Now look at 38. If you remember the rule number 1 where we are just adding, we will do this only. So 3 is 30. That is, we have to do it x, 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 because we can repeat x 3 times, and then we have to do 8. 8 is v plus I. So you see this is 38. Now look at 95. 95. How to create 95? If you go back, recall what are the things, what are the different letters we are having, how to create 90. Let us say you try to use L. Can we create 95 then, or we have to do it other way? Okay, so we are going to do that. So C is 100, L is 50. So 95. Let us say L. Let us say we are trying to use L. In that case, we will have to add 40. Then only it will become a 90. In that case, you have to write x 4 times. This is wrong, because x can be repeated only 3 times. You cannot repeat it more than 3 times. That means you cannot use L. And if you use x before L, then obviously you have to subtract, which will reduce the number, which we cannot let it happen. Therefore, this is out of question. Let's talk about C. C is 100. How to do it now? If C is 100, if I write something here, let's say I'm writing X here, this will make it 110. What we want 95. We want something less than 100. That is less than 100. What is 95? How to get it? We will subtract 10. So we have to subtract 10. Let's do it. Minus 10. Now what is 10? This is x and this is c. So as per rule, x, c. Remember rule number 3 where you can subtract the number. We can subtract the Roman numerals if the smaller Roman numeral is to the left of bigger Roman numeral. You see c is bigger than x. It is to the x is to the left of c. So we are going to subtract it and then we have got a 5. 5 is written like this. So combine it. Let's combine it. X, C, V. So you see the number is XCV. Let me write it at the next to it so that you can identify. Okay, so this is XCV and let's move on to the next one. Next one is 69. Now here, what is 69 if you break it up? 60 plus 9, right? Can we make 60 using L? Let's see. L plus X. This is possible. X is a smaller number and we are using it only once. Plus 9. If you remember, we have to write 9 like this. That is 10 minus 1. So combine it. This is LXIX. Okay. So this is how we do it when we have to convert it into Hindu-Arabic numerals to Roman numerals. So I'm leaving this last one to you all. So let me know if you are able to do it and you can post your answer in the comment box. Next is this Hindu-Arabic numerals corresponding to each of the following that we are going to do. That means we have to convert them into Hindu-Arabic numerals. Let's start with this. So this is X, X, I, X. Now whenever I is there, just please pay attention if the next letter is bigger or not. Now you see next letter is bigger one. That means these two are together. You will subtract them 10 minus 1. But here you will add them. So 10 plus 10 plus this. So this is 20. 20 plus 9. That's your 29. So this number is 29. Okay. Similarly, the second one is XLV. Just write it. XL. This is smaller number. Okay. Whenever smaller number is to the left of a bigger number, combine them and then V. So XL. What is L? 50. X is 10. You will be subtracting here and then you will adding the number. So you see it's 45. Okay. Now look at the next one. Now here this is L. Let me separate it. L, X, 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 and then IX. As I mentioned before also, if there is a small letters like I or X, just check the next Roman numeral if it is bigger or smaller. Now see it is bigger, so obviously as mentioned before, this is 9. Rest of the thing you will add 50 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 9. So add them 50, 60, 70, 80 and then 9. This is 89. Now look at the next one, that is XCIX. Now what is XCIX? X, C. X is smaller than C. So please maintain this. Whenever smaller Roman numeral is before a bigger Roman numeral or to the left of a Roman numeral, and show that you're subtracting. And then we got IX. So this is 100 minus 10 plus 9. So this is 90 plus 9 and it's going to be 99. Similarly, can you do this one? I'll leave it to you all. Please provide the answer in the comment box. I would love to have your answers. Thank you.